Hello there, this is William Brevard, and this is my friend Adriana, and this is Bushido Gamer, where you game with passion and honor. So, welcome to our new video, our first video actually. This is the very first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this is our first entry into the whole game review thing. So, wish us luck, and give us some feedback in the comments below. So the game we're going to be reviewing today is actually one of my own games. It's called what's it called? I forgot. No, it's funny. No, it's Warmachine High Command. This is from Privateer Press. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty old game because they have also a miniatures game. If you guys are familiar with miniatures, this is one where you see the big giant tables and the big hulking like beasts and stuff, and all these little miniatures and stuff all over the entire like an entire land.
Yeah.
But that's what they actually have this, and they have this game, what looks like this game, in the miniature form as well too. But this right here is their deck builder. So the deck builder game is, as you guys know, for a deck builder, it's all cards. You start off with a small amount of cards in your deck, and then you purchase new cards to add into your deck, and you keep going from there, right?
Yeah.
Now you've played a couple of deck builders, right? What's the one you like most?
From here?
Yeah, well, because we have High Command.
Yeah.
We've played Barbarossa.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
We won't talk about that one. And we played Titanium Wars for the deck builder. Oh, and Harry Potter game too. That's a deck builder too.
Yeah, that was
Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. So that's another deck builder that you guys not finished playing yet actually.
True.
So which one you like best?
I think Titanium Wars and Harry Potter.
Okay. Yeah.
Between those two.
Those are good. Barbarossa is really good, but
yeah, that was really good.
It has some suggestive themes, so we won't go into that part. But this one actually is a pretty fun game. So what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about a little bit about the game. Like I said, the game is called High Command, Warmachine. And what this game is, right now we have two of the four different warrior groups that's in here. And the warrior groups that we have, there is the Signar, there's the Cador, the Crix, and then the Protectorate of Menoth, or Menoth. So those are the four different warrior groups, and they're all basically battling for the planet, or I guess the land of Immoren. Okay, so you can play 4 people, and the idea behind the game, there's 2 ways to win. So the first way to win is to end the game is to finish all the location cards. If you finish all the location cards, then location are done, and then you just count the victory points, which are actually listed on the card, like most other deck builders. And the person with the highest victory points wins. The other way is inside of the Wings of War, there is a card that comes later on that's called the Day of Reckoning. If that card is revealed, then the game ends at that point too. So either one of those two happen, then the game is over. Until then, you are building your decks from what you have, and you're purchasing more cards to add into your deck, and then try to conquer the different locations. It's about right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we played it how many times?
Once.
One time? We should play more often. So we played it once before. We're gonna do another playthrough right now. We're not gonna go through the whole entire game because it does take a little while. I think last time we played it, it took about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so.
Yeah.
And I don't got that much videotape, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play through maybe about 2 or 3 rounds to kind of get the gist of the game, and I'll explain what we're doing as well, so that you guys understand it. Okay, so I'm not sure if any of you have ever played the game before or even heard of the game. I just happened to get the game at one of the recent conventions that I went to, I think last year, and the guy who was next to me had the game. I said, well, let me go pick that one up for a couple bucks. So I took it, and then we played it, just like in games. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and go into the game. So let's go put that over here. So the first part of the game, the first thing you do when you do this setup is you choose one of the 4 warrior groups that you want to play. And we've already chosen our warrior groups before. I believe, which one you have? You have the Protectorate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're playing with the Protectorate of Menoth, and I am playing with the Crix, which looks like this cool little like snake dragon looking thing. So the game is kind of like a steampunk kind of feel to it. So it's like a medieval and steampunk together. All right, so you take the location cards, you split them into 2 different piles. Your Winds of War cards, you have late, mid, and early Winds of War cards. So the late ones you put in the bottom, the mid ones in the middle, and then the early ones at the top. And each one of these kind of changed the layout of the game during that round that you activated. So during each round that you go through, you activate a new Wings of War, and here's what happens. So that's how we do it. Okay. So the first part, with your cards in here, you're going to choose your your warcasters. So your warcasters, there are 5 warcasters, and of these 5 warcasters, you're going to choose 3 of them. Now, the interesting thing about this game is, and what I believe makes the replay value so high, is that every time you play the game, you can always play with a different set of cards, therefore changing up your gameplay a little bit. So it makes it a little bit more interesting, because it's not always the exact same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, if you play games like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, if you play with the same deck, you know what's going to be in that deck. You know what's going to come out. And this thing, you don't always know what's going to come out, right? So we're going to do this first one. So the first thing is we're going to go ahead and choose 3 of the warcasters. So I'm going to choose these 3, and each one has 2 abilities. So I'm going to put the card up on the screen. So, but on the bottom of the card, there is 2 abilities that they have. And like, for example, this one says friendly warjack cards at terminus location gain +1 power. So it could be helpful if we go into a battle against somebody else. So I'm going to choose 3 cards, and then the rest of warjacks, we're just going to put them away, put them back into the box. I'm just put them right there for now. Now, this is where it gets interesting for this part when it comes to how this game becomes have a better replay. On the cards, on the warcast cards, there are these 2 colored lines. These are your control lines. Okay. These 2 colored lines will make you depend on, or it'll make you choose which one of the sets you're going to put in there. There's 2 colors per card, but you only choose 1 color, and you cannot repeat the same color. On all the different warrior cards and stuff, on the warjack cards and resource cards, they all have a little color, like a color line, and that's the control. So what you do, after you choose your 3 warjacks, you're going to choose one of the colors on each of the cards, and you're going to grab that pile of colors for that one. So for example, this one has blue and red. I'm going to take the blue. This one has green and purple. I like green. It's my favorite color, so I'm going to take that. This one has orange and purple. I'm going to go with the purple. Okay, so I have this is my reinforcement deck. The rest of the cards, so let's put it over there. The rest of the cards, they just go back to the box. So I'm just going to put those over here. You can put yours inside the box. Just put them all in the same place. There you go. So the rest of the cards are not in play. So you see, you can understand why it has a pretty good replay value, because the next time I play, I might choose different warcasters, and I might choose a different color set to play with, so therefore a whole entire different deck. Alright, so from here, we shuffle our cards, if you know how to shuffle. You know how to shuffle, right?
Kinda.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
No.
Alright, so you shuffle your cards, and then that becomes your reinforcement deck. Oh wait, hold on, take the black cards out, sorry.
The black
yeah,
cards?
you didn't put the black cards in there. One of the cards you want to keep, though,
Yeah.
is the cards that have just all black for the control. Those are your resource cards. Those are the ones that gives you your money. Okay?
Yeah.
So you're going to take those out, shuffle those, and you're going to put those over here on the side. Okay. Then your 3 warjacks. I'm going to move over here so you get some more space. So your 3 warjacks, you're going to go ahead and put those face up over here, and you can use those during your combat. Now here's the thing. If you use your warjack or your warcasters, you can only use them once. Once you use them, then they go into your discard and they don't come back and play anymore. So you only have 3 chances to use these super powerful cards. So be sure when you want to use them. So once you have this set up, then on your reinforcement deck, you're going to draw 4 cards. You're going to put them up here. This is going to be your they call it something. I forgot what it's called. Oh, what was that name was called? This is your reserves, sorry. So you have your army deck, your reserves, and you have your reinforcement deck. This one is your resources. Okay, now you're going to draw 5 cards from your army deck. So we'll draw 5 from here.
Okay.
So each turn you can have 5 cards in your hand. So at the end of your turn, you're gonna whatever you have left in your hand and discard. I think you keep 1 card, and then you draw another 5 and you keep going. And once your discard pile or once your army card is empty, you take your discard pile, you shuffle it, it becomes a new army card, and you keep going like that, right? Okay. Now, this is the first part of the game to set up. The next part, we activate the first Winds of War. So this one is called Cold Shipment. The deployed purchase cost of all cards is decreased by 1 war. So when it says war, on the cards, and I'm going to put this on the screen, there's a purchase cost. The purchase cost is either a command cost or a war cost, sometimes a little bit both. You have a purchase cost and you have a rush cost. If you do the rush cost, then it can go into your hand and go and play right away. If you do the purchase cost, then you get it and it goes into your discard until you draw it back again. On each of the cards, there are 2 bars on the top left corner. One says CMD, one says War, and it has a number each one. That's basically how much of that particular one that card can give you. So for example, I have one right here that costs 4 command and 4 war. So if I wanted to use it, this one gives me 2 command, this one gives me 2 command, and then this gives me 2 war plus 1 war plus 1 war. So it'll use all my cards, 2 commands or 4 commands here, 4 wars here, and then I can purchase that card and put it in my deck, and then draw my next 5 cards. Every card has both. Sometimes they both have. Or they have both a command and a war number, and some just have either a command or a war. You choose which one you want to use. You can't get both of them. Yeah. So if they have, like this one has 1 command and 1 war, you can't choose, like, I'm going to have both of them. That's about as bad as playing Exploding Kittens and trying to nope the fuse card. Can't do that. Okay?
Yeah.
So, any questions on this? You got this, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. All right, so we're going to start the game off here. So, we can do this simultaneously, I believe. So we're going to do it simultaneously, okay, in this case. So what you're going to do here, you're going to choose your cards here. You have your reserves deck, right, your reserves cards right here. Choose which card you want to go ahead and purchase. So go ahead and fill it out. So I'm actually going to do what I was going to do before. My 4 command and 4 war. I grab this resource card, and then as soon as you empty this out, then you put a new one in place to replace it. That's everything I can do on my turn.
This one right here?
Yeah, so you got, which one you bought?
This one.
That one?
Yeah.
So you cost 1, damn, you spent 5, you spent a card with 3 wars to get that? That's like 3, that was 2, that was 2. You only needed, oh, you needed 4, my bad. Okay, yeah, you need 4 wars. Okay, so yeah, this gets discarded, goes right here, draw that one, put over there. Okay, now I don't have anything left. You have anything left that you can purchase? You can still purchase as long as you have cards in hand.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything left. I'm gonna go ahead and discard these. I'm gonna draw my next 5 cards. Now, actually, in the regular game, you don't do it simultaneously. One person goes and the other person takes their turn after that.
Yeah. For the extra card, you just put into your
Discard it, and then go ahead and draw. Yeah, and then draw your 5 cards. So this is your discard. Okay, so we finished the round. Go back into another round. Play a new high command or a new command card, a Winds of War card. This one's a Ready for Battle, and there's not much to it, so you don't have to worry about it. It doesn't have a effect text on it, so we don't have to do anything. Okay, so let's go to this. I'm gonna go first. Okay, I'm gonna go this one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase. I want to purchase down this 4. So this is 1 command. That gives me 2 more commands. Actually, scratch that. These right here give me 4 commands. I'm gonna use those to buy this card. That gets replaced. And then I have 4 war, and this has a purchase price of 4 war, so I'm gonna put that in there. That gets replaced. I'm gonna go ahead and discard my last card. only got 2 cards left inside here, so I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I'm done. Your turn.
Okay. I have 4 wars. I'm going to buy the Crusader and 3 command. Oh, okay.
Dropping cards. Shame on you. Okay, so you bought 2 cards, and then discard the rest of them and draw your 5 cards. If you need to, shuffle that deck up and then draw your, and so you can get the rest of your 5 cards.
Okay.
So right now, you know, in the first couple of 2 rounds, we just basically building it up. We don't have any things to fight yet. We haven't drew anything to fight yet, or with anything to fight with yet. Okay, so we go to the next command. Requisition. The cost of the first card you purchase this round is decreased by 2 command or 2 war. Cool. Okay, so this, actually I want to buy myself something I can fight with. So this one has a 5 command cost. So reduced by 2, it becomes 3, which is cool. So I'm going to spend these 3. This gives me 2 command, this gives me 1 command. That way I can find my first person I can actually use to do battle. Then this one gives me a +4, or give me a 4 command. Plus I'm going to do 1 more command for 5 and purchase this one for a 5 command cost. And for the next one, I don't have anything else I can do, so I'm going to discard that. I'm going to go ahead and draw 5 more cards. And go ahead.
Okay.
So I want to make sure I have some. Okay. Okay, so you purchase another fighter and discard and then draw your 5 cards, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, now we're about to go into some battles soon, okay? So we're gonna do the next one. Fresh recruits. Warrior cards gain +1 health this round. Cool. Alright, now what I'm gonna do, okay, so I have a card here, and this ancient Ixter, I can't see the name. Alright, so I am going to take one of my warriors and I'm going to attack this point here. Now, during my turn I can do that, and then during her turn, if she decides she wants to go and attack it as well, then it goes to a battle of other warriors to see who has, you know, who basically survives. Survivor basically takes the land, the other person does, and the other person loses their warrior and goes out to their occupied forces.
Okay.
So I'm going to put that right there, but I'm not going to end my turn yet because I still have some things I want to do. This gives me 4 and not enough. So that gives me 5. I'll buy this one. And I still have 2 war left, but I don't have anything to spend it on, so I'm going to waste it out. Okay, so I'm going to end that one. Go ahead and take your turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can I attack too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're going to attack on that side. And they're both 2 and 5. Oh boy.
And I can purchase as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Take this. And
Okay, good.
yeah.
Alright, so we both have one, since we both have 1 card in location, then we do a battle. So the battle, We both have an attack of 2 and a defense of 5. And they all get +1 health. Mine's a warrior, yours a warrior, right? So they get +1 health, so it makes it 6 for the health and 6 for the health here. My one combo strike, when you attack this location, you can discard 1 card with combo strike to give this card +2 power, so I can't do that. Yours, this card gains +1 power if there are any other Knight, Exemplar, or Phoenix cards at this location, which there is not, because you only put 1. So, I believe the tie, let's see, one opponent, each card of the cards at the location, healthy, okay, so, yeah, so, in this case, you deal 3 damage to my guy, I deal 3 damage to your guy, they're both still alive. So neither one of us has a location, so it's going to stay right there, okay?
Okay.
We're going to go to the next round. So, on the next round here, I am going to add, let's see, yeah. So I'm going to add another guy to my location. And I'm going to purchase, that's 4. Okay, that's 4 war. I need 3 for this one. Actually, I'm gonna pay 4 war. I'm gonna do a rush. I'm gonna add him to that location as well. And he's immediately discard after it. So, and then this one, I don't have anything else I can buy on this one, so he's gonna waste. All right, so I now have 2 more than you do.
True.
Which means I can take it if you don't take them. So go ahead and go take a turn.
All right, I'll put these 2 up.
Oh, that's fun. That's some shit.
And
okay. And go ahead and do your purchase. Good?
yeah.
Damn, all in one thing?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Now, alright. So, this is the result of the battle. So I have a power of, oh yeah, actually, you know what? It's a new round, actually. I forgot, sorry. The cost of the first card you use, yeah, it's okay. Alright. Alright, so we have, this guy has 2, and he hit him earlier, so it's 3.
Yeah.
This one is 3 and a 4, and a 2 and a 3. You have a 2 and a 5, a 2 and a 5, and a 2 and a 5. Good lord. Just wipe me out, why don't you? Alright, so 2, 4 is going to kill this guy because he's only has 3 left on him. My 3 can kill your guy because he only had 3 left on him. I'm just going to put it right here, okay?
Yeah.
The 2, 5, this one has 1 left, this one has 2 left, this one has 3, this one has 3. So it's still even. You haven't taken it yet.
For now.
So let's go to the next one. One more round, okay, one more round, then we're going to end it. Alright, Warriors gain +1 health this round. Cool. Okay, now, let's see it here. Now, I'm going to do, you know what, screw this shit. I'm going to put in my warcaster. Put my warcaster in the mix now. I need to pay, oh, I see. I need to pay 2, 4, 3, 4, 5. I need to pay 5 command to rush him, or 2 command to rush him out there. That's what I think I did wrong. Okay, so I'll put 2 command out there. And I'm going to purchase 4 plus a 4, get this one out here. Alright, go ahead and take yours, and then we're going to go resolve again.
I'll purchase him.
I got a copycat me.
And
You see what you got to do? Just send a copy of me. I do a move, she make whatever.
Let's see. Well, I think this one.
Alright, so here's all this. So my warcaster. Friendly warjacks cards at the turn location gain +1 power, so they all get, that's 4, that's 3. And if I destroy all enemy location, I can draw 1 card. Okay, so my warcaster is a 4. Your guy had 3, you had 3. Your warcaster, give him +1 power, and gains 1 power for each friendly warjack at this location for this guy. Oh, that's not good. So he's at 5. So 5. You can't. These guys actually, one thing with the warcasters, you can't kill the warcasters.
Yeah.
Like you don't get rid of them, but they get used. So you can't really actually kill them, but to get rid of them. That's why they have no health point. They only have a power point.
Okay.
Okay, so my 5, or actually my 4 is here. Finish this guy off. He's gone. But this guy only had 1 left, so your guy kills mine. I'll put him over here, I guess. Your 3. This guy had 3 left, so my 4 actually now kills this guy. But he's had 2. He had 3 actually, and he only had 2 left. So he guys. And then we just have the warjack left, and yours has a power of 5. Mine has a power of 4, which means my guy's not gonna survive. So in a turn, you take the land, which goes into your resources, and your guy gets discarded, and then after that we just keep going. So that's pretty much the gist of the game. What do you think? It's not a hard game. How do you think of it?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here at Bushido Gamer, so the way we're going to review games. First of all, I like the game. The game is pretty fun. I think it's a pretty cool game. I haven't been to play it as much as I would like to, just because my wife doesn't like to play games, so that's one reason. So I have to get this person to come over with her girlfriend and play, but that's hard to do because some people work and get off at like midnight. I don't know. Anyway. But the game is pretty fun. I like the artwork. Artwork is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It has a really cool like medieval / steampunk kind of feel to it. So it's pretty cool artwork. Like you feel like you're like in a fantasy land with like all these big honking guys with like gigantic 20-foot swords and swinging them around and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Gameplay. The gameplay seems pretty consistent, because you kind of just keep going back and forth. There's not much time where you're just kind of waiting around forever, unless somebody really takes that long to do a move, which some people do. But it keeps going, and you always thinking about what's the next thing you're gonna do, what's the next thing you're gonna do. The theme is pretty cool. I like the steampunk theme to it. What do you think of the theme?
I really liked it. I like made it with like themes like that. So that was like my favorite part of the game.
Mm-hmm. And the fun factor, it's a fun game.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun game. We've only played with up to about 3 people. I'd like to see it on a 4-player game. I think it'll be rather interesting with 4 players, because then you got like 4 people going for a location, and then you got these massive battles going, which would be really cool. As a replay, this one I think has a pretty high replay value, because of the fact that every time you play it, you can make just one little change. There's a different color variation that you choose from, or even a whole entirely different warcaster, and it can change the scope of everything in your game. Yeah. Because then you have all kind of different cards that have different effects and stuff now that you're playing that you did not play before. So it gives you that that freedom of choice.
Yeah.
So you can actually come up with different variations. Like I'm gonna do a green and blue and a red. Next I'm gonna do a purple, an orange, and a green, whatever. You can do all these kind of different combinations of cards in your deck and get a different feel of the game. So I think that brings up the replay value pretty high. And if you like deck builders, then that helps too, of course.
Yeah.
The rules. So the rules, honestly, the rules were for me, it was a little confusing at first. I had to read through them a while. I mean, like here, this is the rule book. It's not the biggest rule book, but it's pretty up there. It does have a lot of images on there, give you a lot of input, but then like you get to this point and it's like, okay, what the heck? What do I do? What? I don't understand. And the biggest one was for me that I kind of had a hard time with, really getting the feel of it, was the capturing the locations. Like for example, I actually think that right now we was kind of playing a little bit wrong, because I think we were supposed to pay the rush cost in order to play it, but I don't know.
Oh.
And the rules kind of doesn't really say it.
Like you just guess your way through it?
Yeah, it kind of does, because it tells you, yeah, put this over there, but it then said you have to pay the rush cost to pay it to put it there. In which case, if you got to pay the rush cost to put it there, then why the hell did you purchase it to begin with? You know,
Yeah.
it says the rushing a card moves it from the player reserves to a location. To rush a card, player chooses army card from his reserves, plays the rush cost and resources, and then places it beside one of the location on the table. Can't rush during the first 2 rounds in the game. After rushing, the player must draw a new card from the reinforcement deck and place it in reserves, so that there's 4 in the reserves. But see, that doesn't tell you. Does you have to go from your hand? Is that? And then your warcasters have a rush cost. You have to pay that. You know, so that's the one thing that I was kind of hard for me to understand with this one was deploying your card, your people there. And I don't know anybody else who plays the game other than me who even has the game. So I can't even like, hey, you know, what do you think of this? How do you play this thing? So that's the only part. I mean, the rules, the rules are pretty good. It's just a little bit of better explanation of some stuff, especially like the battle system as well. Unless I'm just dumb, I didn't read it right. I don't know. That would help out a lot, though. But other than that, though, it's a pretty good game. I think. Let's give it a rating. So gameplay 1 to 5. What do you give it?
4.
Where 1 would be like it needs more help. 5 is like this is awesome.
I did like a 4.
4?
Yeah.
Gameplay. I kind of agree. I think a gameplay would be 4.
Because it was like really easy to learn too.
Yeah, it was really easy to learn. So I think gameplay would be 4 or 5. How about the thing?
Yeah, I like the thing.
Medieval time? 1 to 5.
5.
5? Yeah, I agree. 5 on the thing. The thing is awesome. The card artwork in here is beautiful too. I like the card artwork. The layout on it is really clean too, and it's easy to read. If you got bad eyesight though, don't try to look at the cards. It's pretty small.
True.
Fun factor. How fun do you think your game is? So 1 to 5.
4.
4?
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. So 4. Yeah, 4 is good. I think 4 or 5 is good. Replay value.
Replay value?
Yeah, like how, like if you played it once, would you play it again? Like how?
Yeah.
What rating would you give if you like on as far as playing it over and over again?
Over and over again, probably like a 3 or 4. Like
3 or 4?
It's up there though.
I'll give it a 5 only because I'll give it a 5 because of the fact that every time you play it again, you get a whole entire different set of cards.
Yeah.
That you can work with. That's why I give it a 5 for the replay. And the last one, the rules. With the rules, I know you didn't really read through the rules that much. And I had to kind of explain it to you, and I think you was like looking at me like, what? So, what do you think of the rules?
They're pretty like easy to understand, so it's pretty okay.
So we're gonna say 1 through 5 on that one.
4.
4?
Because I got confused too.
I did kind of get confused in the rules, so I can't give it a 5 for that because it was a little hard to understand. I actually had to read it several times through just to kind of make sure I understood it, and then sit there and play against myself to try and make sure I was doing it right. So the rules, yeah, I'll give it a strong 4. All in all, I think it's up in the high 20s. I think I'll match it up afterward. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. So again, the game is called Warmachine High Command, Proprietary Press. The website will be on the bottom of the video, also inside the description. We'll get some pictures of the artwork and put in there as well. But yeah, if you've seen this game before, you just looked at it and didn't see it, give it a shot. Take a look at it. It's a pretty fun game to play once you get through the rules and stuff. But once you play it one time through, you pretty much get the gist of the game. I think it'd be pretty easy to understand at that point. So, anything to add?
That's pretty much it, actually.
I thought I talked too much. I don't know. So again, thank you guys for taking a look at our very first of many game reviews. Next week we're going to do another game review, and I think, which one you want to review next week?
I think Titanium Wars.
Titanium Wars?
Yeah.
Sounds good. We're going to do next week Titanium Wars from IELO Press. I think it's IELO. It's spelled weird, IELLO, but they pronounce it like yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a fun game, but I don't know the name. So next week we'll do a video for Titanium Wars from IELO Press, and we welcome you guys' feedback. Okay, so thank you again. I'm William.
Adriana.
And this is Bushido Gamer. So like I said, game with passion, game with honor. Peace out, you guys.